And we're ready. So we are now doing our latest edition of Leadership Chat with Scott and Matt. That's what we're calling it, right? I
Yep.
keep
Happy
forgetting.
St. Patrick's Day, my friend.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I see you're wearing a version of the Irish flag to celebrate your people.
My peoples, yes. I don't belong to many groups, so I take every advantage, and I didn't have to ask permission. So yeah, they're my people.
And that shirt looks good on you. So we can talk about fashion choices later. We are going to, of all things, we're going to talk about time management and productivity, partly because it's something that we've both had success and struggled with at various points in our career. And a lot of our clients talk about this as well. So I am going to give you the honor of sort of kicking off this subject and making an opening statement that's going to resonate with people and keep them compelled to watch the next several minutes of this particular event.
All right, time management. Starting point, knowing yourself. And I say that because time management in the things coaches and mentors and other people that advise on how to use your time effectively need to know how you are. For example, Scotty, you know that I tackle my most horrendous activities first, and I
Yes.
do it first thing in the morning because I can't trust myself to do it later in the day once I get momentum doing other stuff. And if I don't do it, I'm worried about doing it all day, and it just sucks the joy out of it. That's why I eat the peas first on my plate. I don't really like them, and I want them out of the way so I can enjoy the rest.
So Matt's advice on time management is to figuratively eat the peas first. Is that what
That's
we're
right.
taking away from that? Okay, so that's really hard to follow up with. So I will say that I've done a little bit of research on this topic, and I've seen two schools of thought, and one of them is the eat the peas first school of thought, and the other one is, well, there's lots of them, but one is this notion of do a few things that are easier and can get you feeling confident and feel like you're making progress, and then with that sort of positive frame of mind, jump into those things that you may be pushing off. But I think your point being is that know what works best for you and manage yourself accordingly.
Yeah. Now, that being said, one of the strategies of managing yourself is not entirely relying on yourself, and that's to use somebody to check up on you. You know, you say, Scotty, listen, I've been really having a hard time working on the following. Would you do me a favor? Would you give me a text or give me a call tomorrow morning by 10? I should have been working on this for a couple hours.
So great example, and I know that people love stories. So I'll give you a story. I had the pleasure of working with somebody last year who had this fantastic Cajun accent, and it was just a hoot to work with. And they had a planner, and they wanted to use it. They called it their pretty planner, but they weren't in the habit. It wasn't sort of part of their routine. So I literally put a reminder in my calendar, invited this person to it, and this went on for several weeks. And they then got into the habit of making use of their planner to write down the things they wanted to take care of. So, but it took a while for that to become part of their habit. So, without getting sort
Yeah.
of too far into the weeds, part of what we're suggesting here is understand what works best for you. Some people, it has to be in a calendar. For me, if it's not in my calendar, I'm likely not going to do it. And I can make notes in my book, but if the important things from my book don't go into my calendar and say, "Hey Scott, do X, eat your peas," for example, I won't do it.
And that's fine. That's no, you're exactly right. Know what works for you. For me, if I've got a list on paper, that's as good as it being in my calendar. Um,
So something I wanted to, and I have this handy here. We've talked about this a lot. So I love to look at the world from the world of a sales and business development lens because that's been my history. And I was looking for books, and I had read another book by this author, and I really liked the way she wrote. And she wrote a book called More Sales, Less Time. And effectively, how I would describe it. So this is Jill Conrath, great book. Um, what really struck me is that she went and she did a little bit of a process where she assessed her day. She kind of tracked what she did. And without going into a whole lot of detail, um, she described her day from the time she got up until she ended. And she felt like she was really busy. And she realized that what she would do is that she would start an email, and then another email would come in and she'd check it. And then while she's taking that email, she's like, oh, I just got an email from Matt. I wonder what he's doing these days on LinkedIn. So then she popped over to LinkedIn. Anyway, she described how her day would go like this with sort of continual interruptions. And as I'm reading this, I went, she just described my day. She just described exactly what I do. And I still struggle with that, where, and this is where we're going to get into in future discussions about some of the tips and tricks that we've learned over the years. Yep. But, how many people are like me in the sense that, they've got their laptop, they've got another monitor here, their phone's over here, and the phone, something pops up on the phone, and then you see a little red button on LinkedIn and you jump onto that. And so you've been busy doing stuff for a couple hours, your morning's done, but what did you get accomplished?
Yeah. Well, I think that's a perfect place to end this, because this is not the story of just Scott and Matt. This is a story of many, many people. And let's dive into a couple of tactics to deal with that when we have our next chat.
It's a very good point. So to summarize today, obviously this is a huge opportunity for all of us to get incrementally better in terms of managing our time and being more productive. You can learn from experts. You can learn from people who have had those same challenges like Matt and myself. But if you could gain 10 or 20% or more of your day back, how much more effective and productive can you be? So with that, we're going to be doing some future videos getting into the nitty gritty. Is that an appropriate word? The nitty gritty of tips and tricks on time management. And Matt, did you want to say anything profound to send us off and wrap it up?
Nothing profound. It's St. Patrick's Day. I plan on having a beer tonight. So
that's profound. What kind of beer are you going to have tonight?
Well, I'm going to have a Guinness, my friend.
Ah, very nice.
Yes.
So for those people who have stuck with us till this far, and they're like, I don't know, they heard that you're having a Guinness and they're probably going to stick around now. I might have a Drambuie, which is more Scottish, but I'm having a drink, so don't judge.
Okay, fair enough.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Maddie. Talk to you soon.
And to you, my friend. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.